Namaskara, namaskara. So, I was doing a shloka yesterday with my Bhagavad Gita discussion group. Somebody asked me to talk about an important verse important shloka in Bhagavad Gita. I made a live Facebook live of this just a few, maybe around 9 o'clock in the morning today. But I thought, let me have a record of this on YouTube also. Again, just a thought dump here. Somebody asked me to talk about the word kārpaṇya-doṣha. What is this kārpaṇya-doṣha? And I thought that was a very good question, mainly because if you read Bhagavad Gita, kārpaṇya-doṣhopahata-svabhāvaḥ pṛichchhāmi tvāṁ dharma-sammūḍha-chetāḥ yach-chhreyaḥ syāt niśhchitam brūhi tanme śhiṣhyaste śhādhi tvāṁ prapannam. That is Arjuna's statement. That for me was the turning point in Bhagavad Gita. Till then, Arjuna is speaking and speaking and crying and lamenting. He is unsure. He is saying that I don't know whether to fight or not to fight. I don't know whether to be killed or kill them. So many confusions. What will happen if I kill? What will happen to dharma? What will happen to the society? So many confusing statements. His mind is completely blown away. And then, chapter 2, shloka 7, he says, kārpaṇya-doṣhopahata-svabhāvaḥ pṛichchhāmi tvāṁ dharma-sammūḍha-chetāḥ. This was a turning point because until then, Krishna had dismissed his thought process. Krishna simply says, kutastva kashmalabinam vishame samuppastitam anarya-chushtamasvargyam akirtikaram arjuna klebhyam masmagamah partha naitatvai upabhadyate kshudram hrudaya-daurbalyam tyaktottishta parantapa. That's all he said. Let go of this nonsense. Get up. Remove this noise in your head. Get up and fight. That tyaktva uttishta parantapa. So get up and fight. That's all he said. But Arjuna was still not happy. He goes on to say, I am confused. I am confused. No, you have to tell me more. So then he comes down to this shloka, which is kārpaṇya-doṣhopahata-svabhāvaḥ pṛichchhāmi tvāṁ dharma-sammūḍha-chetāḥ. Here there are three states that Arjuna mentions, and then there is a state that he puts himself in that makes Krishna to speak Bhagavad Gita. The first word he uses is kārpaṇya-doṣha. Kripana is miser, someone who is not willing to spend his resources, somebody who is a miser. He has the money, but he doesn't want to spend it. He has the knowledge, but he doesn't want to expense it. He has the resources, but he doesn't want to use it, or he doesn't know to use it. That is the state Arjuna is in. Many times, we save money. When we save money, thinking that in the future I will use it, but by then we could be gone. So the life of a miser is a life of misery. The kārpaṇya-doṣha is when you don't know how to make use of the resources you have. There is something that engulfs our thought process. It's something that engulfs our intellect. The other kārpaṇya-doṣha is overcome by emotions. We are overcome completely by emotions to an extent that our intellect will take a backseat. We are so much engrossed in the sentiments and the emotions of the current state that you are not in a position to think clearly. That's the state Arjuna is going on now. Why did Arjuna hit this state? Why did Arjuna experience kārpaṇya-doṣha? Very simple. Only two people is what triggered. The presence of these two people is what triggered the kārpaṇya-doṣha in Arjuna. Kārpaṇya-doṣha is having the emotion in the wrong place, or not knowing where to put our emotions. So here, Arjuna, when the moment he looks at Krishna, sorry, Bhishma and Drona, he just loses everything. He starts crying. If we took away Drona and Bhishma from the scene, he has no problems. The moment Bhishma and Drona are there, the problem is there for him. So his kripa that he has is not for everyone, but for those two individuals. And Krishna identifies that even before bringing him in front of them. Krishna wanted to bring that poison out of Arjuna. Krishna brings him in front of the audience, in front of Bhishma and Drona, so that emotional turmoil that Arjuna is going through, let it happen. So, kārpaṇya-doṣha, what happens when we go through that is our mind is not ready. Our mind is completely taken over by emotions. kārpaṇya-doṣhopahata-svabhāvaḥ. As a result of kārpaṇya-doṣha or misplaced emotions, our svabhava, which is our true nature, is engulfed. It is completely taken over by kārpaṇya-doṣha. Why is this important? This statement important, and why is Arjuna confessing this? Is our existence is an identity-based existence. Everything that we do is based on our identity. First level, human identity. There are dharmas that the human has to follow. Second, I have an identity of my employment, what I can do and what I cannot do when I am employed in a specific organization. Then there is the personal identity, religious identity. Then the societal identity. I am a married man. I have a husband. I am a husband. I have children, and there are responsibilities there. So, as a husband, I have responsibilities. My dharma is defined. As a brahmana, kshatriya, vaishya, shudra, I have dharma. As a brahmachari, grihastha, vanaprastha, and sannyasi, I have dharma. These dharmas are based on our identity. Now, what Arjuna is going through is identity crisis. He's completely confused what his identity is. As a kshatriya, it's his responsibility to protect dharma. But on the opposite side are people who are adharmis, who are standing for adharma, which is Duryodhana himself. So, even though he knows Duryodhana is wrong, he is holding himself back because of his emotions toward two people. So, kārpaṇya-doṣha, the misplaced emotions, they result in kārpaṇya-doṣhopahata-svabhāvaḥ. It engulfs our very nature. As a result of that, dharma-sammūḍha-chetāḥ, the knowledge or the faculty of dharma is compromised. It is shaken. I don't know what my responsibilities are. Dharma-sammūḍha-chetāḥ. So, identity crisis leads to confusion with my responsibilities. So, when there is confusion with responsibilities, one is lost. And that's the state that Arjuna is in. Now, that's okay. That's the foundation. Now, kārpaṇya-doṣha, upahata-svabhāvaḥ. Because of kārpaṇya-doṣha, because of misplaced emotions, his very nature is engulfed. It's completely hidden. It is completely masked, clouded. As a result of this, his dharma cheta, whatever is there, what is the essence of dharma is shaken. Dharma-sammūḍha-chetāḥ. And then he says something very, very important. Yach-chhreyaḥ śhādhi brūhi tanme. Whatever is good for me, please mention it very clearly. Tell me very clearly what is good for me. Śhiṣhyaste śhādhi tvāṁ prapannam. Śhiṣhyaste, I am your shishya, I am your disciple. The moment Arjuna submits himself as the disciple of Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna starts speaking Bhagavad Gita. But what is even more beautiful is before he speaks Bhagavad Gita, he gives a beautiful smile, prasanniva bharata, as if he is smiling, as if I knew you're going to ask this question, or I wanted you to ask this question. That is his mindset. With that mindset, he takes off Bhagavad Gita. So we should be grateful for Arjuna to experience that kārpaṇya dosha. Otherwise, he would not have asked this question to Krishna, and Krishna would not have spoken. Irrespective, Krishna wanted Arjuna to ask this question. Krishna made Arjuna ask this question, and then he gives a beautiful smile and starts Bhagavad Gita for the benefit of the society. And what comes after is absolute gem, absolute nectar for the ears and the mind and the emotions and for the soul. So, Bhagavad Gita, keep reading. If you have any questions, feel free to post a comment and I will try to answer to the best of my abilities. I'm not an expert, but I enjoy studying Bhagavad Gita and looking at Bhagavad Gita from multiple angles. Okay? Hare Krishna.